They need to, like, let's break the fourth wall. Like, it's 14 seasons in, the viewers are where they are. And right, he did feel that he was being used for TV. That's what was out there. So I hope we see all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of people, like, you said, like, you could just tell, like, with like Miss Sanya Richards-Ross, like, you weren't sure. And then right away you said she is here to play and she could hold her own. Looking at people in your tenure on RHOA that have lasted 1 or 2 seasons, Eva, Shamari, Miss Kim Fields, and Claudia Jordan, those 4, who do you think is kind of like gone before their time between Eva, Shamari, Kim, and Claudia?
Oh, I had 3 of them right off the rip. I mean, those are all 3, Eva, Shamari, and Claudia. Awesome. All 3 of them. Now, Kim, I love Kim Fields, Team Taurus all day. I love her, but she was giving me too nice for Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like, she was not really able to deal with all of that. Like, it was not for her. Now with Shamari, I feel like she is hilarious. For one, she's funny. I love her family. Obviously Ronnie DeVoe, her husband, cool as I don't know what. Like, we all cool. Our kids go to school together. Like, she's talented. She got so many things going on with her. I feel like they didn't give her enough time. And she gets good with the shade too. They just didn't give her a real good shot at, extending that for you to see. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, Claudia Jordan, her shade is, oh my God, she annihilates people, you know what I mean? But the only problem with Claudia is that, we never really got to see anything with her personal life. But I mean, if she ever came back and had a relationship she wanted to share, I wouldn't be mad at that. That would be something. I would definitely be open. I would be here for it. Now, Eva, I'm not really understanding why Eva had to not be here for another season. Like, to me, Eva has beautiful family that she can share all of that, as well as she's good at shade. And she gave you a couple moments that, you're like, okay, girl, it was a lot of funny moments. And she's different, just her whole style, everything about her is just, she brings it.
I would agree with all of that. I think, we love Kim, we love a little Facts of Life and Tootie, but I just don't think this was for her. And I think the other 3 are right up there. I mean, Claudia can take you out with 1 sentence. Let me just say that, right? Like,
yes, for sure.
So, do you think there is this, like, Shereé is back and Marlo has a peach. Like, do you think there is this nostalgia, like, like maybe like seasons 4, 5, 6, like you're kind of in the middle of it? Do you think like Housewives in general has gone on for so long that there is this nostalgia feeling of like, let's look to some of the old, like maybe we have something good, but there's some gold under the bad?
Well, okay, so this is what I have to say to that. It's like, people always say that, like, they'd be like, oh, why don't we bring this person back and that person back? And it's just kind of like, why don't we give the new people a real chance? Because the show is going to continue. You know what I mean? It always has to evolve and be something different. So that's what I have to say to that. Because like last year, we had most of the peaches that, you claim that you like, and you didn't like the season. So why not give new people a shot to show you something different? That's what I'm saying.
That's a good point.
It's like, you like, certain people are like, oh, I'm not watching because this person was there. But then you'll say you didn't like last season. So it's like, how does that make sense? Make it make sense.
That's a good point.
Make it make sense, y'all. So I just say, regardless of who's here, I just feel like the show brings something different. Not only that, I want to shout out our producer this year, because for those of you Potomac fans, all of the Potomac fans out there, because we all love Potomac, right? They doing their thing, much love to them. But we have the same producer this year. So Eric, shout out to you. Him and his mess came on over to Real Housewives of Atlanta, and he showed up and showed out. So I'm sure that y'all don't like it.
Well, that was why everyone's like, why is Potomac not filming? What's the problem? I'm like, it's the same producer, people. They need to like wrap up Atlanta before we could start filming Potomac. Do you
Oh,
have a,
I didn't know. Yes.
yeah, there was a lot of like, why isn't Potomac started? And I think it was really because Eric was involved with Atlanta and we kind of needed it was,
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
do you have a favorite in Potomac? Because I mean, they are so great.
Um, I don't want to like say that I got a favorite because honestly, I haven't watched it enough. But I will say I love Giselle. I always love Giselle, and I love Candiace because Candiace is another queen of shade. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yes.
She's quick with it.
Do you think I mean, maybe it is Candiace, do you think one of the Potomac women, like if someone needed to transfer over to Atlanta, since we brought up Potomac, like who do you think? Because listen, I think I agree with where we started. I think Atlanta brings the shade better than any franchise. Who from Potomac do you think could hang and hold their
Handle
own?
it?
Yeah.
Oh, we can handle it. I would say definitely Giselle and definitely Candiace, like definitely Candiace for sure. Now, I don't know. It probably would go a little bit way different in Atlanta than it does in Potomac. But yeah, I think that would be good.
I think those would be two good choices. Well, listen, Kenny, you've been pulling double duty lately. I mean, as we are getting into this season of RHOA, I mean, Kandi and the Gang is coming to an end. What a great show.
Thank you.
How was that experience different for you? And I mean, listen, we had like a wig funeral, we had a proposal, a manager dating a bartender, people are making out in the break room, like we had a suspension. Did you know there was all this drama amongst your staff?
Well, I already knew they were drama and I knew they were going to be good TV. Now, some of the stuff they were doing, I did not know. Like, I did not know that Brandon and Dom were in a relationship. I never knew that Brian and Torin had hooked up before. I never knew that. So some of the stuff that they're doing, I didn't know. You know what I mean? Obviously, I learned since we were filming. But our restaurant is like constant drama and crazy and comedy. I think what makes our show so good because it's funny. Like we have a lot of funny people on there.
It was such a good show. It was great. So, well, listen, we've seen like Don't Be Tardy went on for many seasons. Like, can we hope to see like Kandi and the Gang for many seasons to come?
Well, I would love for that to happen. That would be awesome. I would be so excited. Right now, I don't know yet. They're gonna let us know, obviously. But we have 2 more episodes. So hey, let's hope that it does work out for another season. I will be extremely excited.
How did Mama Joyce? Because listen, Mama Joyce and Todd, I mean, they're no stranger. I mean, they're on RHOA, but they had like an increased role in this. Like, did they enjoy like kind of having more camera time? And
I think everybody enjoyed doing Kandi and the Gang more because it wasn't really like, to me, I feel like when they're on Real Housewives of Atlanta, it's really more about me and they're just kind of like my support. Whereas on Kandi and the Gang, it's more about them and I'm their support, like as far as like my aunts, my mama, my family, my cousins, like it's more about all of them. Like, so, when people are hating on me and they're like, I ain't watching her or whatever, I'm like, what y'all really missing is you're missing an amazing cast if you hating on it because of me, because I'm not really the main person in the show.